Hello and welcome to Beautiful Losers, the comic book, movie, and TV news podcast. My name is Emkos.
And I'm Iris.
All right, yes you are. Today's a very special episode because it is Iris's birthday.
Oh, you're gonna do this?
I am gonna do this.
God damn it!
So in honor of Iris, I'm gonna scream for 20 seconds into the mic.
No, you will not.
I'm not going to do that
not.
because it's also a very special episode because I'm very under the weather.
He's a little bit sniffled.
Yeah, the wonderful part about the tropics is that every season is allergy season.
It really is.
So, I'm dying.
We're all taking turns.
Lord.
I was sick a few weeks ago, and now he's sick.
Yeah, the best part about this is that this is actually so you guys can help support me. I'm doing a voice actor contest where the winner gets a contract with Funimation, the anime production company.
Ooh.
So you guys can check Funimation out and look for the competition and look for my comment, which is I still haven't put it up yet. So maybe
you should probably do that.
By the time this comes out, it will be up there. Just look for Miguel
set a deadline
Acosta.
For yourself.
Yeah, I mean the deadline for the whole thing is tomorrow.
So either way, yeah.
So it's tomorrow at midnight Central Standard Time.
Which is today for y'all.
So yeah.
There you go.
So just look for. So if Iris decided to cut this out, these were college freshmen thinking that they're special.
And we know they're college freshmen because they have too much life in them.
Yes. They're college freshmen because they think that they're special in the eyes of other people that are around them. We think that we're special.
They'll graduate in 4 years.
Yeah, we think that we're special because you guys are people who we don't know and we've never seen before, except for maybe 2 or 3 listeners.
There you go.
Actually, before we started, I wanted to give a shout out to Juan Carlos from Metro Comics.
Yes.
Yeah, we finally, after years of seeing each other and talking to each other on Facebook, we finally interacted in person.
We've never
spoken.
Me?
Like,
are you kidding
We
me?
talk so much on Facebook.
You talk about him so much.
Yeah, and on Facebook, I talk about him and all the jokes that you make and the puns and stuff, and
you talk about me? Wait, what?
I don't talk about you.
What?
I talk about him.
What? Okay.
I mean, I do mention you sometimes, I guess, when it comes to podcast
I
stuff.
was concerned. I like to be anonymous.
But no, I like to keep myself anonymous. This is the first time I ever mentioned my name, and look back for it because I'm not going to mention it again. And please, I don't know, friend me on Facebook if you find me.
Wow.
I don't care.
That's just kind of throwing it out there.
I really don't care, honestly. I friend everyone and yeah, everyone.
All
right, so
moving on.
By the title, you should know, and by the time this comes out, you should obviously know that the world's biggest movie is coming out today, and that is Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It came out last night. No, it comes out today.
Yeah, it comes out today because today's Friday.
I mean, no, it comes out for you guys. It comes out today, but for us, it came out today, Thursday, where we're recording this.
That's the thing. It doesn't come out today, Thursday, for us. It just comes out. They're just doing the matinee at night.
Well, exactly.
So we're on par with the U.S.
We get it today at 7 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
So, still we get it a bit earlier because it's not midnight. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? We're here. We're lit. We're gonna watch it tomorrow. So you're today, Friday. We're gonna watch it Friday. Next week's episode is gonna be all non-spoiler. Should we maybe wait till we do a spoiler episode, or should we do them both in the same episode? And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we don't have time for that.
Exactly.
We will do
imagine just waiting 3 weeks. It's like, okay, now let's talk about The Last Jedi. If y'all don't want to hear it, just skip the episode.
Fine. Today's episode is actually going to be all recapping our favorite and our tops and our worst fan theories.
Yep.
For The Last Jedi and what we are expecting, and maybe Jedi is plural, but we don't know.
There you go. We don't know. We don't know if it's Jedi, if it's Jedis.
Actually, the original Obi-Wan Kenobi, he would call him Jedis.
Really?
He was like he would say like, oh, people would ask me if I'm a real Jedi. I would tell them no, I am a mere actor of the Queen, and blah, blah, blah. He was so pretentious. He fucking hated Star Wars.
Wow. Really?
He absolutely hated Star Wars. I think that's why they killed him off so quickly. Yeah. So there's this girl in this college who walks around with we're calling you out, with a rubber pig who likes to squeak it around at people, and it's so annoying. Anyway, we're getting distracted. We're going to get right into the news. What is the first bit of news?
The first thing that literally just happened.
The most important bit of news that we've been following this for a few weeks now. We've been making speculation and stuff. Disney it's official. Disney finally bought out Fox. 20th Century Fox
for a lot of
for
money.
$52 billion, which in my opinion is a lot because
It's $51,999,999,999.
Too many, yes. Like Disney could buy me for a corn chip.
What are they
Disney,
called? The little fugles?
Bugles.
The bugles.
They could buy me for a bugle, a single bugle.
Just one bugle.
Honestly, how much money would Disney have to pay us for us to sell the podcast?
Not much.
They could honestly be like, hey, here's $50 and a $10 certificate to Longhorns.
What are you going to get with $10 at Longhorn? The napkins?
2 beers. 2 regular beers.
Not even.
It's horrible. I don't know.
It's expensive. What about tax?
I'm actually excited about this because from a Marvel standpoint, we're going to get a lot of properties that we wanted to see done right.
The speculation, the details are still being released as we're reporting this because this literally was released an hour ago. And speculations about what Disney will now have will include the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Planet of the Apes, Alien, Avatar, which, they already had kind of a partnership there with Avatar.
I mean, I guess that's where this whole thing stemmed from because
Disney already has many properties.
Disney already has the Avatar World of Pandora park in their Animal Kingdom.
Yes, so and they have Kingsman. They have old Star Wars rights. Majority stake in Hulu, The Simpsons, Predator, Futurama, Family Guy, Die Hard, and Ice Age.
Yeah, which is mostly the Blue Sky animation company. And I can see where this is already stemming from Avatar, the old Star Wars rights. They've been wanting to get those for a while. The stakes in Hulu, because ABC, obviously they own ABC, and ABC has a huge stake in Hulu. So having Fox and ABC, the 2 biggest partners with Hulu, is just making them this huge monopoly that I know that they do good work, right? But it's taking away the diversity that we see in theaters, because obviously, I'm not going to say all Disney movies, including Lucasfilm and Marvel, look the same.
Yeah, because they're all distinct studios, but still, if they're under the same organizational culture, you're going to have a lot
It's
similarities. Within the whole theme
and it's
of
giving
their products.
It's giving the same people the same jobs. So while we think this is something amazing, a lot of people in Fox are going to be losing their jobs because they're Fox specific, and once they merge with Disney, that's no longer it's no longer a thing that they need.
Yeah, so
it's no longer a position they have.
It really shakes up the industry as a whole from a business point of view.
From a business standpoint, this is obviously
very
bad for Fox because obviously Fox is going to lose its identity, but. Now,
not only that, Walt Disney keeps monopolizing the entire industry in general, and their stocks are going to go up and all yada yada yada, and we're going to lose the differences in the studios and the industry if this keeps happening. So I would hope that, I can't just say, oh, let's stop there. No, they're going to probably keep going, but I would hope that we try to develop more industries, not more industries, but more new studios.
More opportunity rather
than... Exactly, to combat that.
I wouldn't mind if Disney uses all this infinite power that they have to open up an indie film studio for up-and-coming artists, having more film...
Start a program,
start a college, start a school.
Trump University.
But one that works.
A real one.
A real one. They're already getting on this because I'm newsflash. I'm applying for the Disney college program.
Yeah.
For I don't know, maybe from here to a year.
Yeah.
I'd maybe be working there, but so they already have their feet inside this. So I don't know how big Disney plans on getting, and they don't seem like they're stopping it anytime soon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if from here to 10 years or maybe from here to 20 years they buy out Warner Brothers.
Yep.
From here to 10 years they buy out Paramount or Universal.
it would not be out of the equation because they've already begun. Because Fox Studios was no small studio.
No, they're one of the OG studios from the get-go of filmmaking.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of sad. That's the downside. The plus side that a lot of people are focusing on, that yes, we are probably going to get better quality films and better creative control, but what are we sacrificing?
Okay, exactly. I want to look at this list that we have here.
Yeah.
And I want us to, in your opinion, which ones would you like to see Disney put their hands in, and which ones would you like them to keep the Fox creators on their side of it?
Oh, absolutely. I want Disney to get into Alien. Because I feel like Fox, and that sounds very strange.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it.
It's very strange, but it's something different, and I feel like Disney would have a different take on it.
Yeah, and technically the Xenomorph Queen is a Disney princess now, so let's keep that in mind.
We're gonna have an Alien and Lilo and Stitch crossover.
Yes.
But I would love to see what they can work with that Alien franchise, because they're not automatically gonna control everything because they're gonna get these directors and all of that. If we're gonna keep Ridley Scott on there, there's not going to be a huge change, but there is going to be a shift.
Maybe we can keep Ridley Scott like as a creative consultant.
Yeah, because he's the OG.
Because we've seen what Ridley Scott can do in the later years with Alien Covenant. Mm-hmm. So maybe he's getting a little too old.
A little bit. Just becoming a consultant, because you have the original vision. Just don't try to keep adding to it, because you just keep you have this vicious cycle of repeating your stories, and they just become more diluted as time goes on. So let's see what they can come up with. And aside from Alien, I would obviously love to see the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool movies be integrated into the MCU. However, parentheses, this is a huge asterisk, integrated into the MCU, but never crossing over.
I think,
like the Marvel series.
I think that they can be integrated and they can cross over in certain aspects and certain points without losing either one's integrity as their own properties. Like, you can put Deadpool in an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And make it a funny way and making it meta, where only he's the only meta one. And like we mentioned, like in one of the first episodes.
You can see in comic books as well. You have this very distinct character who plays by a completely different set of rules. So you have these two stories crossing over, and it's not something like we're gonna censor Deadpool. No.
I think that would be great if they put we mentioned this.
I meant it more metaphorically. Censor his character.
Like literally censor him in a movie.
No, yeah, obviously. Just have him bleeping all over the place in an Avengers film.
Something that I would like to see, and this is my capitalistic ass wanting to do this. I would like to see a Matt Groening version of a Disney World. Matt Groening obviously being the creator of The Simpsons and Futurama and all those properties. I would like to see a physical version of Springfield, the physical version of the Futurama universe where
so you want
people
a live action?
Yes, I would like to see that, a more adult-oriented theme park with these properties.
That's already in Universal Studios, though.
No, I know that. But
which is going to be something interesting to see, because now that Disney has this, and Universal Studio, has first Marvel, the Marvel part
they have
of their
some
theme
Marvel
park.
properties.
They have some Marvel properties, and they have an entire Simpsons park.
But that's what I want to see. I know that they have all these things in their parks, but either way, it's still very kid-oriented.
Yeah, it is true. They have this. Well, that's a bit hypocritical, because Disney World is also very kid-oriented.
No, I know, but that's what I want is for them to take this opportunity and make a
branch
Fox,
out with their demographics.
Yeah, make a Fox Studios version of a Disney World where you
make
have
Six Flags.
Where you have the more adult properties. You have a Die Hard ride. You can have a Kingsman attraction.
That would be great.
That'd be pretty cool.
I would
having
love it.
An alien,
or even have just a MCU park.
That would not be bad.
They've already begun, because now we have a Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
And that's over in California. Slowly, Hollywood Studios is becoming
the Disney, the Lucasfilm / Marvel property park, basically.
Anyway, that's a lot that we talked about for this one thing, but it's huge,
it was a
it's
huge
big.
deal, and that we've been talking
You've
about
for a while. You've been following
this
for weeks,
Yeah,
it's
this
amazing
has
to see
been
this
in the talks for a while. So continuing on.
All right, next bit of news.
Spider-Man: Homecoming, the sequel, is to begin filming in June, and apparently knowing when's the release, more or less. I don't know if they've announced a release date, but it will be filming between June and October of next year. Yes, it's gonna hit theaters in 2019.
Yeah, it's slated for July 5th, 2019. What would you like to see in Star Wars? I have Star Wars on the brain.
I would like to see the Wars with the Stars. Yes.
Yeah. What would you like to see in a Spider-Man sequel, like in terms of maybe villains?
Villains?
Or maybe
plot
points.
I would love to see Dr. Octopus.
Yes, we're still pining for Mark Hamill for Dr. Octopus.
I honestly would love that. I mean,
Doc Hamill.
It can't
Hashtag
happen.
Doc Hamill.
It can't happen right now because he's episode 9 and all that.
If he doesn't die.
Don't say that.
It's a possibility. If I have to, but I know for a fact that if I have to see Luke Skywalker die, I'm going to be so sad. I would really. I don't know. I really
Y'all
want to
can't see my face, but I just gave him so much side eye.
I know it's depressing, but it's a possibility.
Moving on.
No. Let's go back to Spider-Man for a second.
I closed it, bitch.
It's fine. I can talk about it.
Fine, go on.
I do want to
see.
I do want to see Dr. Octopus. I do want to see maybe an introduction to a Sinister Six. There was speculation that in Doctor Strange, when he's picking up the calls of like the patients that he could operate on, there was this one schizophrenic girl who had an implant and was struck by lightning.
Yeah, there was speculation that it was Carol Danvers.
People were saying that could be Carol Danvers, but now that that's going to be in the 90s, we know that this character is a different one. So maybe this could be a new take on Electro, where it's a female Electro.
That would be something really, really fascinating.
More along the ages, like while Peter Parker's in high school, she's more of a young college age student. So you have villains that are obviously like. Because what my biggest fear with the Vulture was that in the comics, it's usually just young Peter Parker beating the shit out of 80-year-old flying boy.
Yes.
That's wild. Yep. Like, I would like to see more.
AARP with wings.
Basically, like, it's just like it's bad. It's bad. It's like. So putting a strong older person like Mark Hamill, putting a strong older person like Michael Keaton, and also maybe putting younger villains, would be very beneficial to this. So I'd like to see that.
I would love to see
that.
And
one more thing before we go to the next bit of news.
Jesus.
Who would you like to see as Gwen Stacy? Nixing Emma Stone, even though she was like the perfect
That's actually
Gwen
one of
Stacy for me.
the bits of news I think I saw over here. Gwen Stacy apparently is set to be a European foreign exchange student.
I heard that. I don't know if we want to keep the accent, maybe, because Gwen Stacy is supposed to be.
Just watch her be like the whitest chick possible from England.
She's supposed to be like a daughter of, the one of the police chiefs in New
York.
Right, so
that's gonna be weird.
She's supposed to be this all-American New York girl, and
do you feel attacked?
I don't feel attacked. I mean, because I'm not racist and I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I don't give a shit what you do with white people.
Okay.
But keep her white, obviously. Maybe she could be a European exchange student in the terms that she left
That's what
the Manhattan School of whatever and went to Europe.
And then she just came back.
Back.
That would make sense because, there's part of the storyline is her dad being the head of chief police. I don't know.
Now,
I don't know police terms.
Would you go for maybe a more diverse character and make her a person of brown, like we are? A person of the brown skin that we are. That's what I like to call our cult. That's what we talk about. That's what we call ourselves when white people aren't listening. We're a cult and we are basically the Illuminati.
I'm editing this out.
Don't edit this out. I am liable for my actions.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so what you're asking me, in simple terms, would I like to see Gwen Stacy be a person of color in order to increase diversity?
Maybe...
I say make her Latina.
Make her Latina, maybe make her Asian.
That as well.
That could work. We could have
could
have BD Wong play her dad, because I absolutely love BD Wong doing anything.
Make her, because we already have
Zendaya.
I was trying to think of the characters. Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle and MJ.
Yeah.
We have those two characters, and I think they're fantastic. Let's
Wait,
mix
Michelle
it
is
up.
MJ. What
about
name?
the other
Yeah, I'm
girl's
thinking of her name. I forgot her name.
The other girl's name.
Liz Allen. We have
Liz
Liz.
Allen.
We have Liz and we have
Michelle.
MJ. That they are both people of color.
Guys.
I'd like to see maybe an Asian or a Latina.
Yes.
I would not
Inspired
mind.
by Jessica Gao.
Inspired by Jessica Gao.
We love you. Anyways.
Maybe foreign exchange means that she's Spaniard.
That's what I was suggesting, but, a lot of people assume all Spaniards are white.
Yeah, well, basically.
There you go.
Anyway, next bit of news. We get new pictures of Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock on the set of Venom. They're
very vague.
They're very, yeah.
I mean, he's on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And he's got a hoodie.
A Rick and Mortar cycle. Actually, these pictures,
he just got so much hate in just a look.
I know I saw the video. This is actually from a video on Twitter.
Yeah.
Of some random person from their bedroom in New York taking pictures of. And the actual quote of it was hilarious because it was like, they're filming a Spider-Man's movie outside my window. It's called Venom. What do you guys think? And I'm like, shut your fuck up. Take your fuck and shut it up as high as possible.
That's nice. I mean, same, but sure, yeah. Anyways, staying on the Venom theme, Woody Harrelson is in talks to join Sony's Venom.
That is interesting. I'd actually like to see...
I love Woody Harrelson as a villain. I don't know if he's in talks to play a villain.
They're talking... Actually, the talks are having him be Cletus Frack. I forgot his last name.
Frack?
Yes, Frack is his last name.
Okay, I thought you were actually swearing.
No.
Yeah, I was very confused.
I'm looking for his name. That's him. That's me swearing. That's not his name.
Frack?
Yeah, Frack.
See, that's
I've said worse on this podcast.
Question.
He is in talks. Like, people are thinking that he could play Carnage, and he looks like the Carnage's character.
Would it be out there? You just have to put dots on him and CGI. Honestly,
his name is Cletus Cassidy.
There you go.
He could play Cletus Cassidy because he has
Sounds
that
like
look.
a soccer shoe.
Yeah, he has that look. He can do a good psychopath, I guess.
I think so. You never saw War of the Planet of the Apes, right?
I haven't seen it yet. I know he's very intense in that movie.
He is very, very intense. So I absolutely agree that he could be a great villain. So yeah, let's keep it on the Marvel theme. Hugh Jackman weighs in on his Wolverine appearing in the MCU, and he says no.
Yeah, I guessed it.
The ship has sailed.
I mean, if they had done this, if this deal had gone over pre-Logan, then maybe he could have done it, but he's getting old. He does not. He's done this for a long. How long has he been doing it? He's been doing it for 17 years.
Yeah, and I think Logan was the perfect closure for that character.
I don't want to see his character appear as Wolverine anymore. Like,
quite honestly.
Also, the ship has sailed for a Tom Hardy Logan because now he's Venom.
Yep.
And that's also like a pseudo part of MCU, so that's going away too.
Yep.
Who else would you put as
Wolverine?
As Wolvie Boy.
As Wolvie Boy? I have no clue.
I really don't
Ben
know.
Barnes.
He's already in the MCU.
Yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting that Marvel Netflix shows are in the MCU.
Unfortunately.
Everyone's in the MCU at this point.
I also would have put this guy,
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
He would have been a great Wolverine, too.
If not Wolverine, he would have been a great Venom. He would have been a great Sabretooth.
But he's nothing but respect for my
Nothing
Punisher,
but respect for my Punisher.
Honestly.
I really don't know. Chris Hemsworth would have been a great Wolverine.
He's also in the MCU.
I
so
know.
Shut your cuck
That's
up.
the problem.
Everyone's already in the MCU.
Jason Momoa could have done it.
He's in the DC.
I don't see why he can't. If the DCEU is getting scrapped anyway.
So have Jason Momoa be Wolverine. I don't know. I don't see that being in his character because Logan's a bit more of a serious dude.
I know, but I'm thinking more of him as Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. How he's very stoic, very like he's very willing to rip your throat out.
I'm just trying to imagine, like, his beautiful golden locks of hair.
Yeah, I don't see them cutting his hair for that.
Exactly. Like, it just doesn't seem right. It just seems like a disrespect to him as a person.
That's why I guess he also wants to do The Crow, because he gets to keep his long hair too.
Honestly.
The Frontier is not a great show, but I like seeing it because of
it's not because of him. Like,
it's the writer's fault.
Yeah, it's not that exciting.
So I don't know. Actually, if you guys have any suggestions for who you'd like to see as Wolverine, tweet at us.
You might actually make a post on this because now we're just kind of opening up a little Pandora's box there.
Let's do this.
But yes, Marvel announces The Punisher season 2.
So quickly, just a quick
round of applause.
Just we're getting a clap from the audience too. That The Punisher season 2 is confirmed.
It was so quick because it was received so well.
I was one of the ones who was not willing to watch this when it first came out, like the news that they were going to do season 1.
Yeah.
Even though I loved his character in
Season 2
Season 2 of Daredevil. I didn't know where they could take the character. I was mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope now that they can take this away from New York, maybe.
That would be,
outward.
Because just kind of break the theme of all the Netflix series being in New York.
He can literally go anywhere. He's not tied there.
Take him to Canada.
Take him to Canada. What if...
He met Wolverine.
What if he does... What if the way that they bring in the X-Men universe is through Netflix or whatever?
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Because also, remember, Marvel's trying to... Like, Marvel is going to be pulling out of Netflix soon, so I don't know how long these Netflix series are going to go. Because Disney's doing their own...
It's all, really under speculation.
Because Disney's doing its own,
streaming service, yes.
Streaming service, so I don't know how long we have left for Netflix, Marvel...
I don't know. It's a ticking clock.
All right. Next bit of news: Gwyneth Paltrow has actually maybe confirmed one of my theories for Avengers 3 or 4. She's putting up set photos of her obviously on set, so that means that she will survive for Avengers 4,
Yay.
or at least be a flashback. But one of my speculations for Infinity War is that she will don the Iron Man suit, which is not anything.
Nice.
It's not anything new for the movies. It's not anything new for the.
She suited up
comics.
for CGI work. That's what we know.
She's wearing a lot of CGI stuff. We also get a set photo of her holding a. It's not a set photo. I think it's actual a
concept
clip.
art.
No, it's actually a clip of her holding a not the picture that we're looking at right now.
Oh, okay.
Of her holding an Iron Man helmet.
Nice.
And it's very sleek, and it's a different red, like a very cherry red.
I love it.
So maybe she'll be
this
an
will
Iron
be
Man.
fun. I will enjoy this.
I will enjoy this. Anyways,
next bit of news.
Oh,
we're going DC.
Yeah, we're going into DC news now. DC's Titans. I think it's the series. It's not the Young Justice that they have the picture there. Yeah, it's the live-action adaptation.
Yes.
We're already getting bits and pieces of news of character development and character concept art and costumes and stuff. We might be getting Bruce Wayne.
Because of this was a casting call here. Yep. They basically
a casting call? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for.
Think a young Jack Nicholson. That's specific.
That's very specific. They're saying young Jack Nicholson. Maybe that just means that we're straight up getting
The Shining.
The Joker. Okay. Yes, we're getting The Shining in
the Joker as
the
Batman.
Joker as Jack what's his face from The Shining. Jack Nicholson plays Jack Napier's
Recurring
Joker
guest
and also
star.
Jack whatever his name was in The Shining. So
I love look, can we just take a moment to read this casting call? Dave's story. Male, mid-30s to 40s, Caucasian. Okay, pretty generic. The downfalls of others only make this man stronger. Oh, polished, unwavering. Think a young Jack Nicholson, recurring guest star.
So maybe that'll be.
What kind of casting director? First of all.
I mean, you're calling out to the majority of the United States.
Exactly. The downfalls of others only make this man stronger.
Just go to the.
So you're just calling him out very directly.
Exactly. So maybe this will mean that we'll get deaths of Robins.
I mean, it doesn't confirm anything about Bruce Wayne, but it would make sense. Because if the Robin on the show is going to be Dick Grayson.
Yeah, and we also don't know if this is going to be connected to the Flareoverse or if it's going to be connected to the DCEU or if it's going to be standalone.
It's not going to be on CW, I don't think. It's going to be on the streaming service.
It's going to be on the streaming service. So we don't know who it's going to be connecting with.
Yeah. It's lots of speculation.
That is absolutely fine, I guess.
That's all right.
Oh, we also get another casting call for maybe an origin story, Robin.
We're getting a lot of speculation out of just casting calls.
Yeah, and I mean, that's fine, because, I mean, it's on par for us, because, I'm an actor and we have, connections in that.
So, yeah, they're also looking
another
for...
casting call is a male Caucasian to play a 10 to 13-year-old, athletic, lean, approximately 5 foot, and not afraid of heights.
Did you mean Tom Holland?
Basically, Tom Holland. That's what they're saying.
Tom Holland, 10 years ago.
But, yeah, because he can't be a 10 to 13-year-old. I'm hearing this casting call, and I hope that you're thinking of my brother as well.
Guys, we know you're listening.
Yeah, we know that you're listening. His G-Coast.
Oh, G-Coast.
We know that you're listening,
and
you would
name.
be.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
I'll edit it.
Don't worry about it. I don't give a shit.
Oh my god.
He'll listen to this anyway.
It's okay.
He would be great for this part, not because he's my brother, but because he fits that description perfectly.
Yeah, it's a pretty generic description too. Anyway.
Next bit of news.
We had a great conversation about this.
It was like 10 seconds of a good pun, a good 2-second hearty laugh, and then silence.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Aquaman feels like an outcast and upcoming solo film.
Do you mean like a fish out of water? Because he's Aquaman and he's on land.
And moving on.
That's it. The whole purpose of this news story was for the pun.
Yep, that's it. It's just him and his solo film and just kind of like doing his own thing.
We already got some of the first pictures on set.
Anywhoozy, Stranger Things is gonna pull a Game of Thrones basically, and David Harbour is saying that season 3 will probably release in 2019.
Honestly, there's so much going on in 2018 that
It
would make sense. I will be happy if they hold it. I mean, maybe not December 2019 because then I'd probably
it would
blow
have
my
to be
brains
like early
out.
2019 or at least summer.
Summer because they already started production and so did Hellboy. Hellboy's coming out in January 2019, so that I could give this.
Affecting this because David Harbour is also
That's true.
Hellboy.
So maybe
they've had to delay production.
So maybe I can see this the earliest March or April 2019.
I would hope so.
Or maybe keep
spring,
on, or maybe
spring break
or maybe keep on with the Halloween theme and put it on in October again.
I wouldn't mind.
I think it's fine. It keeps it on par. We were waiting for it. We're expecting it.
Yes. And here we go.
Nice. This last bit of news. All right.
Yes. Lucasfilm made deal for Rian Johnson's new Star Wars trilogy before he had a story in place. It honestly doesn't surprise me.
I mean, if they're getting him so early to get his own trilogy, he has to obviously have some sort of idea. Maybe they're just not going forward with it in the press releases, I mean, I want to see where he takes it. I want to see a Knights of the Old Republic, even though he already confirmed that that's not what we're getting. I want to see something in that era, something in that time. We've already seen between Episode 3 and Episode 4. I don't want to see more. Maybe something between Episode 6 and Episode 7.
I'm not gonna lie, you lost me like 30 seconds
I'm
ago.
talking to the audience. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean, I just... the only places...
You just started talking shit.
The only places that I would like to see a Rian Johnson trilogy is before Episode 1, going all the way back to Old Republic.
Right.
And after Episode 6, between Episode 7.
Okay.
Something in between that time.
So you want an in-betweener?
Yeah. Or maybe just a trilogy of spin-offs. Of side characters.
I just don't want them to keep going on with the same trilogies, franchises, and all that.
I want
just
this
do
to
something different, something distinct.
I want this to stem away from the original trilogy or the first 9 that we're already getting. The whole Skywalker saga, as Kathleen Kennedy calls it.
Oh, nice.
I want this to become maybe these 3 movies can be a nice self-contained, self-sustaining.
Yeah, just make it like a one-shot, like Punisher was. Like, you can watch these films without being a Star Wars fan.
Exactly. Maybe I think that the best thing for this would be an Old Republic thing. Where we're
because Old Republic has a lot of story.
Where we're seeing like antique versions of lightsabers when they used to have battery packs.
Yes.
Where we can see antique versions of blasters when they used to have actual projectiles in them.
Nice.
We can get bits and pieces of this.
Going OG.
Or maybe even...
Or OR. Old Republic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, I got that. Or maybe even make a live-action version of a Clone Wars, like what we got in the series. Anyway,
yes.
We have time. We have time for this. We're waiting. Whatever. It's gonna be good. And it's gonna make $1 trillion anyway.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story here is that Disney is going to continue becoming the richest conglomerate in the world.
And I will tell you how I feel about this on next episode when we've actually seen Star Wars.
Yes, because that is next week's theme. Spoiler alert.
All right.
So yeah, today's theme is honestly just predictions, theories,
fan theories.
We kind of have a bet going, which I think you guys.
We didn't mention it last episode, did we?
I don't know, but I know we've mentioned our debates on this.
Okay.
On who's raised parentage.
Yeah.
Because we know we're gonna get it.
We know we're gonna get raised parentage. I mean, exactly. It was pretty much confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Again, maybe potential spoilers for all this. And keep in mind, we haven't seen any.
We haven't seen nothing yet.
We haven't seen anything yet. This feels like an old article. This feels like an article that's like in between.
Yeah,
obviously,
but it's got some theories in there that are kind of interesting.
So,
just to mention.
Let's mention our fan theories first.
Yes.
to kick off the bet. The bet is whoever wins gets to make a really embarrassing edit of the other person's photo.
Yep. So
and
stay tuned to the Instagram.
And I mentioned this last time, but I don't think that we might do this. Whoever loses also has to take a picture wearing a shirt that says "Your Snoke theory sucks."
Yeah.
From Steel Saunders.
And obviously we would announce the winner, like give it like 1 or 2 weeks, because if we announce the winner, it's going to be spoiled.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it like an unlock thing, so in case like, oh, spoiler alert, and just don't look at it.
Yeah, spoilers. So I mean,
off-air combo.
Off-air combo. No, but I mean, in the end, we're gonna tell our theories, and if you guys watch Star Wars, you're gonna know who was right. Anyway, honestly. So you're gonna be expecting it.
You're gonna think specifically of us.
And if we're both actually, how about this? The T-shirt thing?
Well, we're
both wrong, we both have to get that T-shirt.
That's all right.
Okay.
I can live with that.
If one of us wins, it's the edit thing. If both of us lose,
we have to
it's
get
the T-shirts.
T-shirts done of your Snoke
or get
theory.
An extra large one and do it like
no,
to get a long T-shirt
absolutely
type pictures.
Not.
That's what we're doing.
Nope.
Confirmed.
No, not confirmed. Nope. Not on my watch. Anyways. First little theory here,
right.
Which is kind of a no-brainer.
It's almost confirmed here, you know?
It's almost confirmed. Like the Knights of Ren were the Jedi Luke was training. It makes sense.
I mean, that would make a lot of sense.
We know because Leia said it. She thought that Luke could help train Kylo to stay on the light side, but who knows? Maybe Luke was the one that turned to Kylo.
Maybe
Kylo is having this entire, like... The reason that he's there under Snoke's orders is because Luke was just like, infiltrate them. Like with his hood on, like the Kermit meme.
Yeah,
and he's
dark.
Just like, infiltrate them.
I don't know. I mean, I know that he obviously was training the Knights of Ren, and maybe this was obviously Kylo Ren who turned them against Luke Skywalker. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who turned who. Maybe this very much feels like this was... Like this was Kylo Ren taking inspiration from old Grandpa Vader.
Grandpa Anakin's.
All right.
Anyways,
theory number 2 is that Luke Skywalker is the last Jedi. Now that one's open to a lot of debate because...
I don't think he is.
I mean, I feel like maybe he is in the sense that he hasn't trained any more Jedi anymore. But I also feel like...
Oh my god, what if it means that the last Jedi that he trains...
Maybe it means that this is
Rey.
The last Jedi he trains, and then he dies, leaving Rey as the last Jedi. Yeah, because Yoda even says it, or it's in the opening crawl of The Force Awakens. The Luke Skywalker, the last Jedi,
nice.
is gone into hiding or whatever.
Nice.
So maybe he is the last Jedi for now. He trains Rey, she becomes a Jedi, or
that's the last one he trains.
Or he is the last Jedi because he dissolves it all and becomes something new.
That's what this theory is,
that what
actually.
That theory?
Yeah. The theory here, the next one here, is the Jedi Order will end and Rey will begin training as a new type of Force user.
Yeah.
So maybe Luke is the last Jedi, but it's because they're starting at the Grey Order or something.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's
the balance between the light and the dark.
And Obi-Wan Kenobi says it in Episode 3. He says, only the Sith deals in absolutes, but then you're saying that you have to be this absolute good, so you're just a hypocrite. So, I mean, it would make sense for the Jedi to be a gray in between, because there's nothing good, this is going to get a bit political, but there's nothing good from the alt-left or the alt-right.
That's what I
Both sides
right now.
are fucking horrible.
Because any extreme is not good.
Any extreme is not good. That's like buying 3 dozen donuts a day and eating it. You are going to die.
You've done this, haven't you?
I'm dead right now.
Or like taking an entire tub of Cool Whip and eating it.
Eating an entire tub of Cool Whip after your refrigerator is breaking down. So it's something that some of us it's something that some of us at this table have done.
And it's not me.
The worst part about it is that it's more than one of us at this table.
There are many people. Yes, we are a lovely group. Anyways, next theory.
Ugh.
Rey is actually Obi-Wan Kenobi's granddaughter, and what
Lame.
this goes into my theory with the bet. I say that she's a Kenobi.
I'm mouthing the words lame. You can't hear me mouthing it, but it's so lame.
Let me have my moment.
Have your moment.
Anyway,
I don't
Snoke
like
is
it.
using Kylo
No,
Ren so he
support
can
your
possess
theory.
him. No, I've already supported my theory previously. I digress.
Blah. Snoke is using Kylo Ren so he can possess him.
Probably.
No.
Snoke was the very first dark side Force user. Probably.
Probably not. Supreme Leader Snoke might have created Darth Plagueis. That would make sense.
Perhaps. By the way, we're gonna link this because we're reading off of an article. We'll
Yeah,
link it
this
in the
is
description
on-
if you guys want to go in depth.
And if we remember, it's
I'll do it.
It's ranker.com, so
There you go.
That's
I'll
fine.
bookmark it right now.
maybe he creates Palpatine. Maybe he's a clone of Palpatine, which is that's not a
He's a Palpatine.
yeah. He's Palpatine. I mean, Palpatine. He's been cloned a few times, both in non-canon comics, non-canon storylines, and in the more recent Battlefront 2. In Battlefront 2, spoilers obviously, one of the main antagonists for the solo campaign
Right.
is facing this
Is Battlefront
cyborg.
canon?
It's
Oh, okay.
It's you're dealing with a cyborg version of the deceased Darth Plagueis, where he had his he had his like force spirit put into a
That
droid.
seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah, but the fact that it's canon means it fucking happened, and I hate it.
Well, we can destroy the canon. Kylo Ren is working as a double agent. What did I just fucking say?
Gay.
What? Legit. Okay.
No, I like it.
I think it's this because there was also a theory that Kylo Ren didn't kill Han Solo.
He did. Oh, well.
There's a theory that...
Well, Han Solo is dead.
Exactly, but Han Solo is dead, but there's a theory that
Because-
he did it because knowing that...
He did it because
his
Harrison
cover
Ford
was
wants
gonna
to
be
kill
blown.
himself.
He didn't want Kylo Ren to get killed because he knew that his whole mission was to kill his father so that he could, quote-unquote, be totally with the dark side.
Yeah, the
But
theory is that he
Solo
turned
did
on...
it for him because Kylo Ren was surprised when he was just like, "Oh no, he's dead!"
Oh no, Daddy! Oh, it's me, Tom Holland!
Please stop.
It's me, Ben Barnes from
Look at what I just did.
Netflix's The Punisher. Good lord.
I'm trying to use the trackpad and I just ended up using my phone. Anyways,
That's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it could work. I want to see... what I kind of
on
want to see here...
behalf of Luke and the light side.
What I kind of want to see here...
Bitch.
What I want to see here is a shift in power where Rey starts training in the ways of the Jedi, and then it gets flipped. You know, Rey starts training in the way of the Jedi, gets flipped,
Right.
and then she starts training under Snoke when Kylo Ren switches and starts working with the
So
rebellion.
you're saying that Rey and Kylo Ren are going to switch places?
Maybe they switch places, and then the third movie is them actually creating a balance between both.
That would
and
be interesting to
taking
watch.
taking down both the Jedi ideals and the dark side problems.
But I don't see that in Daisy Ridler's character, Rey. Yeah, I don't see that in Rey's
I
character.
can see it because she seems optimistic in the first one, and in all the trailers that we got for.
But she herself just doesn't know her place in all of this.
That's exactly why. So it wouldn't be completely out of place for her to go, you know, this isn't working for me. I still don't know what's going on. I want to know.
Sounds like a
promises.
freshman.
You know, he's promising me to tell me. You know, he's saying that he can help me. You know, and it's almost confirmed that little monologue that Snoke gives in the trailer is him talking to Rey, not Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
as people
because he
thought.
does that whole Emperor thing.
He's saying like, oh, since I first met you, I knew you
gives
had.
that forced chiropractic treatment.
He's like, I know you had that raw power, and the thing about that,
raw vegan.
yeah, the raw vegan kale. No, because in one of the translations, I think it's in like Taiwanese, the translation is into it makes her the pronoun is female.
Nice.
And he's like, I know you, but it was like the female version of you. So
Cool. Luke will die during the events of the movie, leaving Rey as the Last Jedi.
if I have to see Luke die, I will die.
Next.
I will cry.
Next.
Rey and Kylo fall in love. I don't want to see this.
Ew. No, absolutely.
This is almost as bad as
I'm
everybody who
not.
wants to see Frank Castle and Karen Page get together. It's horrible.
Oh, he's a hypocrite. He is
cringy,
a hypocrite.
and gross. I'm reading a fan fiction, and
he
it's
asked
gross.
for the link.
Because I'm a masochist.
Because
I'm a masochist, and I think it's gross.
They
might be related, and I don't like that.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe they will because of Luke and Leia. Like, I hate having so many parallels. Yep, puke with us. Luke could turn to the dark side. I think he already is.
Maybe.
Rey's father is Ezra Bridger.
Maybe. I don't see that being so off. I don't see that being too off, because, you have this character who's very proficient with a lightsaber and with a blaster, but that's not anything new.
And they're saying that Ezra could be portrayed by Benicio del Toro?
Actually, that's
not totally out there.
It's a little far off, because all we're getting is DJ. Like, that's his name on all the posts and all the promo is DJ.
But maybe it's like a whole MJ spiel.
Exactly. Like, even Funko Pop had kept it really hush is what I'm trying to say.
A huss avocado?
Huss.
Rey is actually a clone daughter of Luke.
No. That's it.
That's not.
That's the last speculation that we have.
Terrible. I'm not even going to read the description.
I think that's horrible.
No, I don't want that at all.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
So, what was my theory on this whole thing?
Your theory? That she's a solo.
Yeah, my whole theory on this whole thing is that she is a solo, and she had her mind wiped by Kylo Ren.
So that she forgets that they grew up together, sort of?
Exactly. So then the memory that she had placed in her mind was being left there years ago.
Why do we hear Obi-Wan, though, in the flashback?
Because remember that Obi-Wan was a big part of their Force training.
Force cluster.
Remember that Luke has a direct connection to Obi-Wan through the Force. So if Luke was training her in any way, he might have gotten her connected to Obi-Wan and through Yoda. So it wouldn't be too far off to say that Obi-Wan because if you're using the Obi-Wan thing, you could also say that Yoda is her dad. Because you also get the flashback and you hear, do or do not, I'm a little green frog penis,
What, since when is Yoda Kermit?
Hey ho, it's Yoda the fuckwit here.
Stop.
Here to train you.
Stop. That's it for today's show. That was our theme. Yes, it is.
Lord.
Follow our handles. Our Facebook is facebook.com/beautiful-losers.
Oh, you got that one on tap right there,
yes.
ready to go. I'm looking for the rest
Call
of our handles.
Call me an artisanal beer because I am on tap.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually won't call you that because that was bad.
Let me have my moment.
I'm
on a roll today. All right, here we go.
Let's go to
So that's Beautiful Losers. And our Instagram is Instagram at BeautifulLosersPod.
Yes. Follow us on Twitter. We're underscore. No, we're not underscore.
That's
your
mine. Twitter.
We're at BeLoserPod on Twitter. I am _MCoast.
And I am Mother Horisa.
Oh yes.
Yes.
But because of recent situations, it may be getting a revamping.
Rebranding, yes.
Rebranding.
Possibly rebranding.
Also, any questions, any speculations that you have, you can let us know your Star Wars theories before we go into it. Please, no spoilers. Send it to our Gmail, BeautifulLosersPod.
We have a very strict no spoiler policy, so please.
Find us on Gmail. Send us an email at beautifulloserspod@gmail.com. Also, if you have any questions, speculations, letters that you want us to answer on Twitter,
tweet us.
Use the hashtag BeLoserPod and we will find it.
Yes.
Huge shout out to our DJ, our resident white boy, Culpepper.
Yep. He is the best.
For his great work. Actually, I think this is a good episode to mention the network because the girls are starting soon.
This is true.
All right, so we have a big announcement. Let's bring the drum roll back. Do it. Do the thing. All right, so what we are getting now is a podcasting network called Shrimp Queen Broadcasting Network. We are ushering along. Yeah, we are ushering along a new era of podcasters in the Caribbean.
Please stop.
It's what we're doing.
But. Yes. Okay, so basically what we're doing is starting a network of people that want to start different genres of podcasts here in the Caribbean.
Obviously with a similar mindset.
Theme, a similar wavelength throughout all the shows. And coming soon, we're going to have another podcast.
Yes, not us.
It's not us.
People who are very close to us, they are starting a podcast called Pass the Page. So
If y'all are interested in books,
in
having like
anything
book clubs and all of that,
book-related,
that will be the podcast to listen to.
They'll do kind of what we do when it comes to reviews, but with books. They'll review book-related movies and book-related series. Also, they will be hosting book club episodes where they will let you know, like, oh, this week we're going to be reading from this chapter to this chapter, so next week come by. It's going to
be a really fun interactive podcast to listen to.
And
stay tuned for that being announced on the social media.
I've known these girls for years, and I know that they do good work, and they're very passionate about books, and they just want to use this as a forum to get more people into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is obviously great. I'm actually going to be recording, we're going to be recording, because I need to get that for us. A little, not an intro for them, but a...
off-air combo.
A plug. No, this is on-air convo.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be doing little plugs for every single show on the network to let them know that they're part of the Shrimp Queen Broadcasting Network.
Yes.
So
we
stay tuned
are all
for that.
one big happy family.
We are all one big familia.
And if you guys are local here to PR, anywhere in the Caribbean, and you're interested in starting something, just go ahead and shoot us an email.
Yeah, shoot us an email. If you ever wanted to start a podcast, if you have a great idea for a podcast and you just don't know where to start, email us, beautifullosersPod@gmail.com, or send us a message on Facebook. We answer kind of quick on Facebook.
Yes.
We answer quick on
Very
Twitter.
active.
So just please let us know. We are here for all of you.
That was wholesome.
It is wholesome.
We're here for you.
I'm really excited with where this is going, and I want to see this grow.
Absolutely.
And honestly, it's humbling that we have people. It's humbling that we have people around the world that are interested in what we're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have international listeners as well, and that's really humbling to see, because we're this little show in the Caribbean that's slowly growing.
We're a small show on a small island in a small corner
in a small
of the
world.
It's crazy. Think about it. In Puerto Rico, everyone knows everyone. Like
basically.
you can't I can go to the other side of this island and someone will recognize me as someone's child.
Yeah, but you're just popular.
No, I mean I am. I don't know.
Whatever.
Popular. I like, again, just thank you for all your support. Thank you for everything you guys are doing. We have a Patreon account.
Yes.
But I'm changing that. The Patreon is...
If y'all see it being updated, we're working on it.
Yeah. Don't donate to the Patreon, but do donate to our GoFundMe Funko Pop giveaway.
That is our most active donation source, so you can actually enter in a giveaway, and the Patreon is being updated.
Help keep the lights on our portable studio, which is literally anywhere. But yeah.
We're basically the Nomad podcast now. Just call us Bearded Rogers.
We are Bearded Raji. After $220 put into that, we are going to be giving away a Funko Pop, and every $1 that you donate is an entry. So stay tuned to that. Yeah. And we might be doing Christmas stuff soon, Christmas giveaways internationally, as well as stuff here in our university. So if you are local, if you know how to get to the University of Puerto Rico, Rio Piedras, we are going to be doing something the 21st.
The 21st of December. So
next Thursday. So I guess the week that you're listening to this.
We're going to be holding a little event.
We're going to be hosting a little thing. We're going to be wearing nice Christmas clothes, and we're going to be giving away a few things.
Oh, dear.
So stay tuned to that. Anything else?
Anyways, that is it.
That's it. Thank you guys. Bye.